afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to everything and amazing 1v1 on Nexus. In the east, it is McBain and fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Panzerdivision with Storm, Lightning War, and Blitzkrieg with Panzerfast mines and machine gun bolts. West west, it is JibberJabberJobber fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the 5th Mechanized Corps with Guard Motor, Urban Defense, and Airborne Troops with T-34 bulletins, field gun bulletins, and a scout car bulletin there. Interesting collection there by Jibber. And as always, a big thanks to my patron supporters, those wonderful, charming bastards who keep me going for so long. Big thanks to you out there. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself. You can also just donate. Links in the video description. Otherwise, you can always comment, like, share, subscribe, and press the bell button. This also helps me out in the fight against the YouTube algorithms. Anyways, we're back here, of course, in the fighting. Double Pioneer, double infantry. Interesting opening there by McBain. Clearly looking to be a tier 2 rush, skipping the infantry company. Not a sort of build order you see a lot of, but it still does happen from time to time. And McBain is clearly one of those adherents of the tier 2 rush. Double conscript engineers there for JibberJabberJobber. Also slightly unique order there. Conscripts upon easy first shots fired. 1 minute and 30-second mark here by the southern fuel point. Conscript pushing ahead there. McBain won't be able to use the southern fuel point, but he's going to keep it out of the hands there of Jibber for a while. Sandmax in the centre, up north, Pioneers ground the point here, and the Pioneers in the south here, looking to buy time at this point, but need to be careful they don't end up needlessly sacrificing themselves. And Jibber here going for the Special Rifle Command, probably will be seeing the M3A1 here versus McBain. Second infantry moving in there, and of course worth noting again, he has the bullets in there for increased experience gains, so they should be able to somewhat faster hit the high levels. Eventually they go ooh-rah, but might land them right in front of the M42. At a bad tick. Oh, they got right past MB42 was simply too slow. Unfortunate there. Sets up again. Pioneers. Oh, wait. Jibber there made a misclick. And he still doesn't get punished since the MB42 still doesn't fire. Bit bad there for McBain to put it mildly. Pioneers moving in. There we go. Final retreat here. Though I think there's more due to the pressure from the Pioneers in the south. MB42 moving out here. It's not the greatest situation there for McBain. M3A1 almost done. And this will certainly punish McBain here with his tier 2 rush, since he has no Panzerfaust which to stop the M3A1 and the MD42 here in particular. It's going to be a very vulnerable target for the M3A1. I imagine Jibber's just going to rush forward if he can think forward about it. Some Panzers here fast there for McBain, very good, and even they of course will struggle against the M3A1 without Panzerfaust. Got the southern point there. MD42 retreating, good work with McBain, still on the son of a doctrine. I mean, he could also go Storm Doctrine for ambush training, for example, on the MD42s. That could be neat there. And helpful. Plus the Panzer Committees also benefit from it. But I guess Lightning War Blitzkrieg also works out nicely there. M3A1 ready with engineers in it. Flamethrower's not quite happening yet, but I imagine that's going to be a priority pick there for JibberJabberJobber once the time comes. Before sitting up there against the M3A1, Pioneers nearby. Panzer Committees called here ready for McBain. Not the best of the MB42. There's the shrubbery, the hedges there basically block the line of fire. North here, Pioneers with the conscript need to fall back here. McBain's opening is not quite going smoothly here versus JibberJabberJobber. Not quite going smoothly. We're probably seeing a tech build with the Like to Mechanized Company and a push for a 2-2 to counter the M3A1. Pioneers right at penal troops here for JibberJabberJobber. In his build order here, definitely something else there. Conscript right by the Panzer with the MD42 combo. MD42 in the centre. Oh, all setting up there. Pretty bad there for McBain. Needs to retreat that now. Before the M3A1 wipes that out. There we go. Like to make a nice company for McBain. Very much expecting before going for the southern point. Probably going to set up here and cover the area there. Punches here by the fuel bank. MD42 narrowly gets out of there. That is a close one there for McBain. Like to make a nice company up there. We immediately get the armoured car there from McBain as a response to the M3A1. So he's going to make it much easier to deal with it. We got March in the centre. Good spot there, but also imagine he's expecting the M3 or the 2-2, so March against that is going to be great as well. Setting up for flanking in there, goes straight into the Panzer Grenadier. They got the flame for ready for the Panzer to get out of the heavy cover. MD42 may try and support, of course, with some assault machine gun fire there. Panzer there being shredded out in the open there, though. They do a lot of damage, you can see that to the M3A1, almost taking it out, but ultimately not enough. Up north, Pioneers MD42 moving in there. Punims will securing the Ponty, conscript base up north, got anti-tank grenades ready, thumbs up there. And we got a deep flank here on the southern fuel victory point there. Good flank there by Jibber. Pioneers going for the southern fuel. Armoured car moving in. McBain will of course need more infantry. Up north here. Punitive caught with info to the Pioneer combo. Machine gun repositioning. Armoured car moving in. A lot of maneuvering here between the both. And we got JibberJabberJobber with Guard Motor. Featuring T-35s. Heavy mortars. Guards riflemen. Vehicle repair training. And Mark vehicle. Up north here before to the conscript. Catching that in the open. Takes several seconds before firing there. Always a bit of a bust when that happens. Comes to the suppressed, but not before they get into the building there. Bit rubbish in the south. Contra routed. Damage engine off. Half to come over from McBain. It's likely going to be a flame for a half, but of course he could surprise us with Regal mines. I doubt he will, but it would be nice if he did. It would be very nice if he did. North aim before to Bunny covering the Contra there. Half deck halfway done there for McBain and Deutschland. Yeah, itchy nose. M3-1 heading towards the centre, in fact the north there, where the 2-2 isn't quite yet there. Of course can try and catch up. Machine gun advancing there for McBain. But what they're from JibberJabber, and there you go. M3 or 2.5 out, and there you go. It is the flame for a half tree there for McBain. Of course you can still lay down Regal March with it using Storm, but you know again, I sincerely doubt he will. It would be nice if he were to, it would be really nice, but I doubt he will. And straight to the mine there. Bad luck there for McBain. Great for Jibber. That mine paid off beautifully. After the line, the panzer reinforced. Scream Popman brief for some healing there. Before the flamethrower upgrade is ready. Doubt that's going to happen, but again, he could. There we go. Flamethrower punching up. The scout card charging in there. But it's going to take a lot of damage. Flamethrower upgrade almost great. Done. There, going to use popping out. And there you go. Flampanzerwagen ready. We got Gasman out of here for Jibber. Obviously a good response to the light vehicles from McBain. Some of the fuel there being held up for the German army. Back here, Pioneers reinforcing. Flampanzer moving ahead. No fuel points over JibberJabberJobber. In fact, now it's looking like McBain might get control of the map here. So we're doing more light vehicles with a bit more punch than the M3A1. Though, of course, he is still dangerously short in infantry and will need to at least get out a couple more Panzer Grenadier squads. Like, just one squad is not going to cut him. I think it's going to be long-term risky for McBain. There we go. Do get the infantry company, so he might be planning to use Grenadiers here. An interesting build order there by McBain. Yup, Grenadiers here for McBain. So, fast rush into light vehicles, Panzer, then back tech for Grenadiers. Again, I personally prefer more Panzer Grenadiers, but that's just me. Need to retreat the MD4 trooper before that gets hosed. After taking northwards there. Gauging the counters out in the open. Need to mount down to tank grenades. McBain wasn't. Suffers a damage into the Flampanzerwagen. There you go. Bunker up as well. Grenadiers ready there for McBain. Adding the Grenadier LMD there. Devastator docking there for McBain versus Jibber. North Horn being seized. M51 moving in. It's going to probably pop the Guardsmen into them. Forming up a bit more of a nasty threat of the vehicles. Of course, there's also possibly a reason that McBain's going for Grenadiers and us because JibberJabber is likely not going to expect. I mean, who goes for, like, you know, Grenadiers after being rushed for tier 2? Barely no one. I mean, few people in first place rush it out. Suddenly backtank Grenadiers could very well confuse Jibber, which may, of course, be what exactly McBain is thinking about. And throwing in the back of the Guardsmen. People backing off, and there you go, and more Guardsmen here for JibberJabber and the Red Army. Flampard rolling about there. Halfway to be able to lay down the Schützenmine. Panzer they need to retreat, they're very low on health there. Risk white losing them here, which would not be great for McBain. Scott coming in there. Looks like they might be safe to get the 2-2 moving in as well. Scott popping out there, unfortunately to retreat there. Pioneers moving to support. We got gunners up north as the guard squad. Need support there, but they're likely going to be murdered here at this rate. Armoured car down to the guardsmen. Good work. There's so much training for 2 lot happening here. And McBain seems to be trying to keep at the pace there and match Jibber's frenetic attacks. Machine gun rad looks like does get away. The Pioneers need to retreat down 1 man on 1 squad. Other squad there losing members so they catch on fire like very large candles. Have been left out. And, well, gasoline. Guardsmen routed, ground the point here. Back here we got Panzer Squad number 2 for McBain. Could also consider taking up soon, being ready for medium armor. As for Jibber, we are not seeing any tech whatsoever. He should definitely also at some point prioritize getting out some sort of tank here versus McBain. Though McBain right now looks like he's going to be getting up medium armor here. G42 dealing with the advancing conscript, but again getting to the building ahead here of McBain's machine gun suppressing them. Could pop into the outpost around to see if increased damage. Can be quite handy. Also helps boost experience gain, obviously. Since all experiences, well, most of these is based on damage. Partly, mostly that is on damage dealt, but there's also a slight experience gain from actually taking damage that is much smaller than they might actually gain from dealing damage. Plus, there's a bonus for damaging vehicles, as a fun fact. Fumes are being shot to bits here. Plans moving through the south here, not fully reinforced. Flank plans moving ahead here. Need to be careful, of course, with the guard squad on their scout car. Still no take there for McBain, and still no doctrine out of the JibberJabber meanwhile, though. Flooding resources still. Keeping his cards close. Guards moving through the south there for Jibber. Before dreaming about here, still no doctrine for McBain. I'd still like to see Storm Doctrine maybe. Lightning Wall could also be great. Blitzkrieg obviously could also work, but I feel like, I know that's one's just, I know, less impressive to me. Start coming in there. Getting the punch was then doing some nasty damage. Flampan drag moving in. Still no tech there. Pioneer good to go there for McBain. In the south, the guard squad moving in. There you go. Flampan was the constant charging hit. We got punch covering fire there. Gonna need some important in as well here. Heavy damage to the Flampan van. Looks like JibberJabber's going to take out here McBain's Flampanzerwagen. But there's a chance he may lose the scout car in return. Gets the Flampanzerwagen. Gonna need to get close there. If he pops Storm, he could actually sprint and pop the Panzerfaust. He doesn't, and this allows actually the guard's scout car, if you will, there to escape the wrath like McBain. Thumbs up to the Jibber. Could have been, I think, saved there, McBain, but oh well. Heavy firing there, and oh, he has gone for another punch protect up to 300 scores. Now, thumbs up there, but still no doctrine from me. At least got take there from McBain. Very good. Jibber's also finally taking up there. Good for Jibber. Good for Jibber. Skirmishing up north here. We got constant being flanked by them before two. We had actually the Incendium Pins runs popped. Didn't seem like they did much. We had to reposition it either way. Comes there though, could be in the trouble here. Guards got them in front of them before two. They're gaining veterans 1. Pioneers being shot better with M3-1. McBain's forces are rather scattered to the obviously degree, so are Jibber's. Take halfway down there. I imagine Jibber's going to build the mechanized armor company straight away, since the TC on this point I think would be rather silly. Point CST, machine moving northwards, grab the further northern point here. Tech almost done, you can then get the Spawn Cop actually rush out Ostman here versus Jibber, or more likely go for a Panzer 4. You could also of course go for Stews. Bone grenade off there. Dodge knife there by Jibber. Getting him into deal with the bunched up and suppressed penal troop was very good. Jibber here getting good control versus McBain. Pioneers ready to set up that Pommel Corps. Very good. So good. And there you go. Jibber moving onto the mechanized armor company. And they're trying to go for T70 here. That would be a very bad move there by Jibber. Since counting timing, would be, you know, pretty much pushing it out there when his opponent hits him with a medium tank. That's not going to do well. In particular, since Jibber does not have the support company up, so he has no field gun. For example, he's going to have to line the gas and maybe H-6s otherwise. So obviously, he's just going to project for the T-35. Which will also be a great choice there as the Panther 4. For only a slight fraction more in cost. So Paul McCormick's done there for McBain. Almost done. Almost. But still no doctrine. Still no greater battle plan here from McBain versus JibberJabberJobber. Machine from the northeast, on the side being seized. Panzer Kampfwagen on the way there from McBain. 94 holding up there. At this point, I mean, Lightning War seems like the solid choice there for McBain. That could be wrong. Could be wrong. Minesweeper was out there for McBain. Very good in the southeast. Scout car pushed back the Panzer 94-2 combo. Panther halfway done. He can rush then southwards to assist. We got 416 versus 398. Pretty close in terms of victory points with a tiny lead here for McBain over Jibber. Up the center here. heavy firing there. Guards got being suppressed. Pioneers being fought. Grenade off there, but Jibber's men throw a bit too far. They only Ludwig gets a few pieces of shrapnel stuck in his arse cheeks. Guards from there suppressed, push back. T-34 for Jib. He doesn't even wait for the T-35 there. Perhaps indicating that, oh, he cancels it. I think, yeah, I was about to say, this seems a bit risky. He's not far away from the T-35 likely up against the Panther 4 there. Guards in the dirt. Panther 4 there arriving from McBain, Germany, Deutschland. Grenadiers picking off the Guardsmen, and the Guards, of course, doing the same to the Grenadiers. North here, Panzer, there was a conscript, need to retreat, I think, soon. 3 and 1 in with Panzer, I think, is a bit much for McBain's men. Scout car there, ding down to the punch with the Panther moving ahead. Jibber can very, very soon go for the T-35 here versus McBain. Meanwhile, he could consider calling in a heavy mortar to put pressure down McBain's support weapons. No, he probably won't, but he could. He could. McBain, of course, could choose a doctrine, but doesn't seem particularly keen on the whole choosing a doctrine for now. Pioneers with penal troopers there. The longer it goes on, the more likely I feel like Lightning Warrior, simply because it's just going to use it for the Tiger Tank and the Stuka close air support and ignore the rest of the doctrine, unfortunately. But there you go, great hit from the Panther 4. Penals there being torn asunder as the Panther 4 unleashes a torrent of lead and high explosives. Only one man left, Dimitri, who's the best runner at his high school. Turns out it wasn't enough against the Panzer 4. T-45 on the way there for Jibber. Penfold's the conscripts. Shot 5 missed. 10 points here and there. Probably coming in for Jill, probably going to be a field gun here. Still considering a heavy mortar, still think it'd be a great investment there for Jibber versus McBain. Panther 4 pushing ahead, Carton out in the open. But there you go, buttoning up the Panther 4, unleashing a storm of anti-tank rifle fire on it. Panther 4 gets a decent hit. They almost hooked out the scout company's ball. It's still alive there. It's been quite alive for some time there for Jibber. Really good preservation there. And a bit of bad luck there for McBain. Still no doctrine from McBain, by the way. He could go for another Panther 4 soon. He could also just go for the Osprey now. I think with the T-35, once he gets hit by that, a Stu would be the best decision in my opinion. Or the best choice. There we go. As soon as he sees the T-35 there, he calls the Stug. Sehr good. Need to fix up the Panther 4 bit. T-35 running from the north here. MU4 to right. We got Telemine down here for McBain. JibberJabber's T-34 hit it and narrowly avoids it. Pretty lucky there. Pretty lucky. In fact, he has several Telemines down there. Thumbs up to McBain. Still the doctrine. Thumbs down. Stug almost done there for McBain for Germany, Deutschland, and the T-35 hits the Telemine. Can McBain realize this? Can he take advantage of this? Will he take advantage of this? We got the Panther forcing out, we've got the Stug moving in there. He might just be able to deal with this. Be a snarling blow there to JibberJabber. Guards moving up there. Panther 4 on the move. Stug also moving in. Infantry following up there. McBain's going forward. Could JibberJabber turn this step backwards into a step forward here? Versus McBain Gold got the field on it opening up, and the Panther 4 need to keep up there. Keep up. Infantry moving in the Stug as well there. There we go. Stug misses though. Troops being suppressed here. Needs to get the Stug moving forward. Forwards, McBain. Forwards. Got the T-35 there. It was a narrow one there. Very narrow. But he did take out the T-35 there. Though he now risks losing the Panther 4. We got troops leading him with the field gun. There needs more troops on it. Pioneers coming to support. There you go. Lost the Panther 4 machine sending up here. Troops being slaughtered. It is... Oh, Grenadiers could get wiped out here. In fact, he's all lost the Pioneers. Could he lose the Grenadiers as well here? So Jibber was able, with one stroke, to turn almost not great situation to a tactical win there. While he did lose the T-35, he was able to kill a lot of McBain stuff there. Grenadiers, Pioneers, and he got the Panzer 4 out of there as well. That's pretty big there. And definitely not great for McBain there. You know, Doctrine might have helped there, you know. Doctrine might have helped with something. He still hasn't chosen anything. There we go. He actually goes for Blitzkrieg. I feel like he should have gone for Lightning War there. Like, I guess Blitzkrieg, but I feel like Lightning War would do more good. But oh well. Panther 4 there, the command tank specifically. The Befehlspanzerkampfwagen 4. Need to fix up the Stug. He also needs to get more infantry out. As he's back to down just 2 Panzer squads here versus JibberJabberJobber and the Russians. Troops heading out. Their field gun almost done for JibberJabber. Panther 4 then gaining these Panzer force there. Guardsmen rolling out. Stug being fixed up. Shot fired. M31 moving ahead. Bomb grenade off. Shot fired. Need to engage the M3A1 there. Field goods moving in the counter as well there. Halfway to the ace level on that M3A1. Really impressive work there by JibberJabberJobber keeping it alive. More grenades from McBain, at least one squad with Panzerfaust at red all the times. Field gets a good hit on the command tank. Command tank can't seem to land a hit here for now for McBain, but there you go, great hit. 2 men dead. Another follow-up with the machine gun fire. Got the shoot tank from the north there. An ambitious idea, but perhaps a bit too risky there for McBain. Almost got the field from here with the Panzer Grenadier. Closing down the crew, and there you go, taut. Command tank Panzer moving forwards here. Stug moving in as well. Should probably clear out the Guardsmen first. Parading the Stug right past him. I feel like there's a bit of a slip up there by McBain. Bit of a slip up. I'm not sure what the Panthers are trying to get close or something here, at least popping smoke there. I mean, he has gone for the dark, so he could at least pop Panzer Tactician here. Seems like a few errors there by McBain. Up north here, we got MD42 with the engineers, and MD42 needs to retreat unless maybe it pops in the sitting up his ramp, and then it's like incredibly risky there for McBain. Troops pushing for the centre there. Hold off the field, and then of course got the second one right there for JibberJabberJobber and the 5th neck in our score here. Panzers there routed. Further up north we got the Gunner engineers. Now this is an early model Panther 4 that's been used as a command tank due to the lower velocity guns, since early Panther 4s were actually designed as infantry support tanks meant for, like, blasting out other infantry. As the war went on, of course, they needed bigger guns. It became the main tank, since obviously it was quickly realised that the Panther fleet just couldn't support big enough guns. Fun fact. The gun itself, though used here, will still be used on a lot of other vehicles, usually lighter vehicles like half-tracks or even armoured cars, and be used for infantry support that way. Little fun fact. There you go, T-34s from the 6 this time for Jibber, not attempting another 85 here. No 85s there. Panzer moving forwards here. M3A1 still sort of swooping by, being annoying there. Field gun, Panzer machine gun moving up there, but rifle grenade off here. Good hit on the Guardsman. Takes it half the unit. In the far south, we got one info 2 they're watching or everything. Still feel like Jill would benefit a bit from a heavy mortar here versus McBain. But there you go, command tank out, Stug being repaired. Could go for another Stug now. He could also go for a Ostwind or Panzer IV, obviously. I think an Ostwind would probably be the slightly silly choice unless he say gets out another Stug, then he could go for an Ostwind. But who knows? From north, their Panzer might want to retreat soon. Field bombarding. Down to 1 man. Retreats. Bit risky there, to be honest. Bit risky. T-34 from the centre. South actually wide open. I think JibberJabberJobber's trying to realise that. Back into reinforcing, healing, all that stuff. Panther 4 setting out. T-34 from 16 south. It's going to go there for the MD42. Panther 4 on the way there from McBain. Germany. Deutschland. Machine gun in fact in a bit of trouble. Response here from McBain is a bit sluggish and also not immediate. He clearly wasn't expecting that. There was no mines at all, for example. Stug to the rescue, at least pushed back the scout car, but the MD42 nonetheless is lost here to JibberJabberJobber and his merry band of soldiers. We've got Panzers being rushed into the fight, 9 full reinforced. We've got air support called in way too late here. Clearly McBain is panicking. He's just frantically tossing whenever he can here at JibberJabberJobber. Not much like he needs to throw away 200 munitions. So this ended up being great for JibberJabberJobber, punishing the McBain for really slack southern support. Oh, looks like Jibber might be making a mistake. T-34 moving in there. And just stays out there, the arc of the circle there. Oh, does he? Oh, he's Almost teasing McBain. But he got too close. He got too close. Jibber got too cocky. Or too reckless all the way. Luftwaffen then will take off some shots there on the T-34s from 6. Wait, where did they go? Did they like just... What? They just left like before the entire thing was over? Like 10 seconds early. What on earth? Like I've seen aircraft that still react after this is over, usually the airlight ones, but he just left like 10 seconds early. I'm sure these are German aircraft, not the Italians. Anyways, Panzer IV going for the T-34. Did get it. Still, better ways to miss in the field like around the center here. Up north there we got going back to conscript. Still nice counterattack here by McBain in the end. Panzer IV column there pushing it in there. Guard squad in trouble here was the 2 Panzer IVs. The command tank going to lose some heavy damage. In fact, he's charging that one in. Guard squad routed. The cover collapsing. Suffering losses. Grenadiers gone again. Not great there for McBain. And for the game mentions 1. Ooh, DP light machine gun drop. That's nice there. We got another field in there for Jibber. We probably should go for some more T-35. Grab the Southern Ponty with the Panzer Grenadier. Advancing with the command tank. And force the guard squad there. Grenade off. Falcon's hanging out there for Jibber. Guardsman moving in there. We got let's say 320 kills. McBain's infantry once more batting him in the back. Of course, he does have an arm advantage. Canada is quickly falling short there. He's got aim to support the tanks. We got command tank opening on the guard squad. Punch they need to retreat soon. Directed in the field guns. Panzer down to half health already. Looking pretty bad for McBain. In fact, damaged engine as well. Panzer moving in. Needs to pop smoke on that one as it disengage. Not great here from McBain again. No aim to the port help disengage the Panzer force more safely. No artillery support either. Good chance to lose the command tank here to the Soviets. Yup. Went out of commission. Not great for McBain. Nice had to win there for Jibber. Puts him at a strong point there versus McBain. Is McBain trying to go for T4? No, he is not at least. But he needs to replace the infantry losses, and I think he needs to consider like going for a mortar or something else here versus Jibber. He needs like attacking from an angle he's not expecting. Run these head-on attacks right to where every single field gun is. There you go. Field gun about in the Panzer Grenadier. Stu hiding back here. Another command tech for McBain. North comes with the MG42 being suppressed. Close to the A-slim on that MG42 crew. Command tank rolling out there for McBain. Pan's going to be sweeping in there. Could catch the 50th bit of in fact, he's been caught laying down mines. But there you go. Once more, the M31 comes to the rescue. Got the H5 there for JibberJabber, deciding he needs something a bit bigger. Guard squad pursuing him. The Panzer was there. So Telemann bar still there around. Stuke takes a hit. Goes for it and misses the M3A1. Almost gets knocked out, in fact. Command tank charging in. Panzer tank from the south here, bit of a pinch over here by McBain. They want to use some smoke from the tanks to obfuscate these lines for the field guns. Stuke knocked out for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't pull that Stuke out of there. He might be able to get the field guns, but it's not great if he keeps like sacrificing stuff like that. And there you go, got the field gun. Infantry is not quite keeping up with a field gun nearby. We got the MG42, but there's a distinct lack of infantry support for the tanks. Almost getting one of the field cleared out. The H5 ready here for JibberJabberJobber. Some intense fight between McBain and Jibber. Field gun down there. M31 finally kicks the bucket and passes off from this mortal coil of pixels. Smoke being popped here. By the looks of it, there's just lots of gun smoke that's causing it to look like there's smoke being popped up. Yep, looks like that's the case. Almost got the field gun here. He's making run for it, trying to crew it. H5 round needs to pop smoke and disengage the command tank. Looks so. Panzer forward, he can express with aim before two still. Smoke pop, but I don't think it's going to necessarily help there in this situation. There's got to be tweets and there you go. Guard to finish off the command tank. Huge blows and losses here. Both sides bleeding each other out in this absolutely brutal melee extraordinaire. And there you go, Guards got robbed out. Jibber is certainly not getting away from this unscathed either. He is having his teeth knocked out, his lunch money stolen, but he's hitting back here at McBain. Punch this, killing a DP light machine gun for a bit more long to mid-range firepower. Need to retreat soon, I think. Still, McBain's forces are beaten and battered, but so are Jibber's. Field guns destroyed, leaving now McBain the only one with any field guns. Good lord, we got 340 and 212. McBain has a nice lead here with JibberJabber currently. Nice lead, going for another MG42. Still should go for more infantry. Even gun these at this point could be useful. Obviously needs more armor. Need to fix up the Panther 13 kills, veterans, 1 Issue-5 hanging back here. The Issue-5, as a fun fact, was actually based off the German Stug concept. In fact, the Soviets were heavily impressed with the Stug and actually tried to copy it early on. In fact, they used Panther 3s captured at Stalingrad to create their own Stugs. I think it's called something like the Stu 76I or something. I can't quite remember the name. Basically just using Panther 3s with the guns, I think from CIS guns or T-34s from 6s, then mounted in a fixed position. Even more fun fact, the Germans captured some of these back and actually used them then against the Soviets. So, little fun fact though, so I would say medium fun fact. T-35 final for JibberJabberJobber. Thankful moving ahead here, 13 kills, veteran 2-1. Hits the dirt there. Command tank, anything from McBain. He is definitely a big believer in command tanks. I think that is his 4th one actually. Punch the flanking infantry with a nice bun grenade quickly over the hedges. Great hit, they almost got it cleared out. They've got to come to what they posed a bit of prompt, so it's going to clear out the MD42 first, I think. Are the other troops advanced? Pioneers pinned down, there you go, routed. Command tank Panther moving forwards there, need to be careful though. There's still the Issue-5, which can quickly punch a lot of holes there into McBain's armour. You also got a Panther squad moving through the south here, heading northwards. 25 kills there, comes routed. What is McBain planning here with his armour? What is he planning? Back here, Panther moving back for reinforcement healing. He could still do with more infantry, obviously. T-4 playing south, so going to try and catch McBain off guard here with the deep flank. Got the Panzer Division engineers quickly routed with some heavy voluminous fire. T-4 coming in there. And gliding about there. Apparently they hit some mud. Some moon mud. Anyways, Panther 4 the flank, the T-45. Shot bounces, T-35 misses. Well, at least get some AoE damage in the field, and it does not miss. And it does penetrate, punching through the T-35. Panther 4 bounces again. Panzer up north being engaged with the guard squad, taking heavy damage, forced to retreat. We got 348 with 2. So, suddenly getting a bit tense here. Command tank falling back. Back here, Panzer sitting out there for McBain. Command tank hanging back. Halfway to its 1 there. Guards moving ahead here. And we got a mortar for Jibber. Not going for the heavy mortar though. Feel like he could have gone for the heavy mortar and that would have been, faster and possibly a bit better, but that's just me. And towards the MG42. By the way, good. The Jibber is going for a mortar, of course, and the artillery is good, so 2 thumbs up to the Jibber. And towards the conscripts, going to flank for the conscripts further up north. No armor support there or any other support for the MG42s. Going to retreat down McBain's MG42. Armored spec south of the sea. Looks like it's going to cut off a guard going for the southern final victory point here. If he's paying attention, which he's a bit slow to, got Panzer squad moving in to assist. Troops in the centre here fighting out still. Machine crew there forgotten and wiped out. This is a big blow there to McBain at this point in the game. Jibber's giving himself another MG42 McBain. This isn't just the MG42, this is Ace MG42. Guards from the south though, getting absolutely torn apart with the Panther. The Panther squad there go wiped. Not a single survivor. Jibber's down to 2 infantry squads as well, though here's a conscripts versus the Ace Panzers of McBain. So slight advantage to McBain, but in other ways he is still behind Jibber. Jibber still enjoys advantages there. Panzer squad up north routed. Fighting remains brutal, unrelenting, and vicious. T-5 should farming in there. Could pop sitting up his rounds. We've got the mortar there posing a problem there. Mortar barrage going in there from Jibber. Thumbs up. Oh, he's firing flares now. Lovely. Quick getting a kill in the gunner. Could also cause follow up with the smoke screen. He might be looking to identify support weapons in the smoke and then charge in. A proper attack here could possibly destroy McBain. T5 going for the Panther 4 command tank here. We got the Panzer moving in there to support. Marked vehicle here, likely on the command tank. Yes, indeed. Mortar fire could go down here in the area there. Air support called in. McBain to forestall and slow down the German assault. But he's left one gap here. T5 could flank him. There you go. Command tank now. Aircraft do try to hit the T5, gets him in, but they still lose the command tank. T5 are down to less than half health here. In fact, it's down to a quarter of health. Perhaps less than that. There you go. It's down to maybe a fifth, maybe even a sixth health. Panzer 4, there's not a great state either. In the center, we've got smoke down here from JibberJabberJobber, I believe, or maybe the command tank as well, maybe a bit of both. Either way, lots of smoke there. And there you go, T5 going for the Panther 4 there, fielding something up here. Smoke pop, there's more and more smoke disappearing, enveloping the battlefield in a thick fog. H5 getting hammered, the T5 flank behind the field gun there. H5 about to get knocked out, but now McBain is in some deep sauerkraut. He's calling another command tank, but how's that going to stop the T5 or the H5? He still has infantry, but he has no armor except the command tank, and again, that's not going to do well with the T5. Meanwhile, there's another way for Jibber. Going for a pack forward from McBain. We got 48 to 166. Command tank rolling ahead here for McBain. Deutschland. Each one being fixed up. Oh dear, that was a definite blunder there, McBain. I mean, I don't know if he could salvage at this point, but certainly charging the command tank like that certainly will not salvage the situation. That's probably the last thing he's going to do. Oh, they've even got Panzer 6 on the Panzer. He's signing its desperation with McBain. Further down the country, going to deal with the infantry that Jibber still has. And he's still going to lose the command tank here. Panzer being shredded. We got bomb grenade up, but they're just being torn apart. And he dropped a Panzer Shrek. I think at this point, McBain's defeat there is total. Yup, lost the Panzerjägers. I think it is GG here from McBain, and there you go. Game over, game over. He ends up just popping out there. Note if you just like, quit rapidly using a certain command, -L, I believe you might get something like this. Just quit in other ways, basically just indicates he did not surrender, he just quit. It gives you this error there. Anyways, game over. Victory for JibberJabberJobber. Loss from McBain. A victory for the Red Army against the fascists here on Nexus. Some nice action on both sides. In the end, McBain, I feel like, had a few critical issues there versus Jibber, which Jibber was able to exploit and slowly sort of beat his opponent over the head with. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, still a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links, cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.